that air horns are not permitted in the graduation area. If air horns are sounded, they will be confiscated by order of the high school administration. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1997.
Friends, faculty, fellow graduates, good evening, and welcome to the graduation of the class of 1997. We, the class of 97, have traveled down a long road together, and today we have reached its end. Many of us have been classmates from the days of Sesame Street and Dr. Seuss to the days of slap bracelets and French roll jeans to today. And while I can recall many things that we all did and liked in the past, it has become much harder to cite such things for the present and even harder for the future. Because although we all started on this road together, we have taken many different turns along the way. In the past, we looked to conformity to make us fit in, and now we look to our own individuality to make us stand out. It is no longer our goal to resemble others, but to make others appreciate us for who we are. A few years ago, when I came to MHS, I, like many of you, did not know what made me unique. I used to do many things because my friends did, or because I was told to. I didn't know what I wanted, and if I wasn't taken somewhere, I often didn't go. In the summer before my freshman year of high school, I went to a sleepaway camp in Israel. One night, the whole group was supposed to go to Masada, one of the most beautiful places in Israel, in the world, to see the sunrise. My friends and I decided to take a quick nap before we left, so that we would have the energy to climb up to the top of Masada at 4 in the morning. When I awoke from my nap, I felt very refreshed, as though I had had a full night's sleep. I glanced at my watch, which said it was 10 o'clock. I thought it must be wrong. So I went outside, and I was shocked to find out that it was light out already. Then I saw people walking around, talking about how beautiful the sunrise had been. And then it finally hit me. We had slept through the sunrise. Nobody came to wake us up, although the counselors told us they would, so they had just left us there. I was angry and frustrated. I had traveled thousands of miles, and I missed one of the most beautiful sights in Israel, and it was too late for me to do anything about it. My bunkmates were a little more calm about the situation. They thought that they were probably better off having caught up on sleep than had they gone to see the sunrise. I disagreed, but I didn't let anyone know how I felt, and passively agreed with the others. I wanted so desperately to fit in that I gave up my own individuality so as not to risk confrontation and being different. Today, I wouldn't be afraid to say what I would have liked. I'm not afraid to speak for myself, even if it means I'm disagreeing with someone else or being laughed at. I don't say things because other people do, but because I believe in them. I don't listen to a certain type of music because other people do, but because it's what I like. And I'm not going to college because my friends are going, but because it's what I want to do. I have beliefs, I have passions, I have a unique personality. We each have a unique personality. That's what makes our class so great. It's not that we're all the same, it's that we're all different and we complement each other. We're each weird and unique in our own way. If we weren't, if we were all the same, life would just be a boring continuation of elementary school days when it made us popular to dress alike and talk alike, and the more people that did it, the cooler the group. Now we're all going off in our separate ways, and it is our individuality, our personalities that have been formed from our life experiences that make us important. And I think that's what I've learned from high school, something more important than history or math or science. I've gained a sense of self, a sense of who I am, and I hope you've all gained it too. Because now that we've reached this point, we're each going on separate paths for the future. And it's up to you and I to go out there and pursue our own dreams. Because if we sit around waiting for someone else to wake us up, we might just miss the sunrise. Thank you.
Dr. King, members of the Board of Education, colleagues, class of 1997, families, and friends. I've watched many graduation ceremonies here in Mamaroneck over these past 30 years. I often wondered what it would be like to be the faculty speaker. I imagined it would be a combination of anxiety and exhilaration. Right now, it's just anxiety. Many of you know of my New England background and my slight bias for the Boston Red Sox. I knew that if I was going to be the speaker, this had to be the year. We had a senior class that had the wisdom to choose Damn Yankees as a senior class musical. But this is your evening, so I'm going to talk mostly about you. For the next few minutes, I'd like to present a profile of the world as it appeared during the milestones of your lives. 1979, you were born. There was the Rubik's Cube, Disco, Walkman, Pac-Man, the Deer Hunter, MASH, and 3 Mile Island. The President of the United States was Jimmy Carter. He liked peanuts. 55 Americans were held hostage in Iran. The Soviet Union had invaded Afghanistan, and Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of England. In 1979, an apple was something you ate until along came a computer with a whopping 4K memory. If you used the word net back then, somebody thought you were fishing or playing tennis. SAT word modem didn't exist. You were born in a world without cell phones, car phones, call waiting, or beepers. There were few VCRs, and Blockbuster was the name of a bomb used by the British in World War II. Your parents had a TV set, all right, but it only had 8 channels, and they had to get up out of their seat to switch them. Change was everywhere in 1979, except for my Boston Red Sox. They had still not won the World Series since 1918, when Woodrow Wilson was president. You started elementary school in 1983. Remember Thriller, We Are the World, J.R. Ewing, Police Academy, The Cabbage Patch Doll, and Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. The 80s would bring a new president, Ronald Reagan, who really liked jelly beans. There were disasters in Chernobyl and Beirut. There were the tragedies and triumphs of space exploration. And for the first time, the United States lost the America's Cup. Technology was in a state of revolution. New products were being developed daily. Apple had evolved into the new Mac. IBM had introduced its new PC. And PCs were running at a 512K memory. Imagine, 128 times what it was 4 years previous. A NASA astronaut actually made a statement that said, if manned flight had progressed at the same rate as computer technology, we would have been on the moon in 1911. 1983 was probably the most significant year of your life. You entered kindergarten in the world of education. Back then, you probably liked going to school. Although there was dramatic activity all over the world, the most important place to you in the world was the block corner. And the most important person in your lives outside your family had a name of Meyer, Stamegna, Davis, Stopford, Rosen, Gladstone, Ollivandy. They were your kindergarten teachers. You were embarking on a lifelong journey of education, and the most important process of your life, you would begin to read, the most powerful skill you would ever develop. Do you remember reading Frog and Toad? According to my NASA expert, had your reading progressed at the same rate as technology, you would have gone from reading The Sly Fox and the Red Hen to War and Peace in 1 year. Your vocabulary was growing, but the word I know you wish you never learned was homework. Homework, that stuff you do in the hallway right before you walk into class. Your spelling had new meaning back then. I believe the term they used was inventive spelling in the new holistic language. The problem is some of you never stopped inventing. By the time you entered 6th grade, you even were in your first play. It could have been South Pacific, Comedy of Errors, or Hello, Dolly. In 1986, I thought of writing my first musical. After the World Series, but I would have called it Damn Mets. This, of course, meant my Boston Red Sox had still not won the World Series since 1918, when Woodrow Wilson was president. In 1990, it was on to the hummocks. Dick Tracy, Operation Desert Shield, New Kids on the Block, Bart Simpson, and Cry Freedom, Nelson Mandela. We had a new president. The one who really liked jelly beans was succeeded by the guy who really, really didn't like broccoli, George Bush. Computer memory was now being measured in megabytes. The disk drive had been invented, and you could spell because you had a computer with spell check. And unlike Dan Quayle, you could spell potato. This was the next giant leap in your educational development. It was not quite as dramatic as the great melting pot you had heard about in American history, but it sure was different from the small neighborhood school. Now all 4 elementary schools came together. You began the year with your 6th grade friends, but soon widened your circle of interest. You were about 12, spreading your wings, reaching puberty, and thinking about dating. Your principal was at least 1.5 feet taller than you. In fact, he was 1.5 feet taller than most people. You were introduced to Project Adventure with Mr. Demas, who seemed to be always picking on Mr. Keene. To Mr. Keene in science, but he was always picking on Mr. Demas, and both of them were always picking on Mr. Pollock for some reason. You learned about history with Mr. O'Rourke, the reading bowl with Mr. Robico, and of course there was always Shakespeare with D. Some of you ran into a certain mathematics teacher at that time. He had a little more hair than he has now, probably weighed a few pounds less, and he had the posters of all the wrong sports teams in his room. He also taught geography. This place called Boston was the center of the universe. One thing remained constant, however. My Boston Red Sox had still, well, you know the rest of that. In 1993, it was on to MHS. There was Spielberg, Dinosaurs, The Mideast Peace, Schindler's List, LA Earthquake, and Power Rangers. Bill Clinton was in the White House, and he really, really liked Big Macs. After being a big fish as an 8th grader, you left puppy school and entered the University of Mamaroneck. It was open campus. Taco Bell in the deli for lunch, you were free. The word cut never again was to be associated with the word Band-Aid. The sports of watermelon and pickleball reached new dramatic heights. There were actually 250 new electives to choose from, and if you remember, you could actually choose one. You were given 6 whole minutes to traverse the halls from D251 to A300. Teachers like myself were always very sensitive to students who arrived late to class. Eventually, some of you would drive to school, but as a sophomore, you would never dare park in the junior or senior lot, so you parked where you wouldn't be hassled, the teacher lot. Some of you got so comfortable there you never left. Computer labs were in both buildings, laser discs were in each in operation. Everyone talked about a 33 megahertz computer in terms of gigabytes. Email and the net had arrived. 1994, however, was a very tough year for me, as once again I thought about writing another musical. I'd have called that one Damn Rangers. During your high school career, however, your sports teams did very well. They reached some new heights. You had a hockey team that won 3 sectional titles. You had a girls' field hockey team and soccer team that each earned a section title. Other teams won 12 league titles and 3 regional titles. You have written your own plays, choreographed your own dance numbers, produced your own TV shows, written your own musical arrangements. You've established a new swing choir, a school store. You've taken AP exams in every possible subject, done your own original scientific research, and had your own art shows. Your writing appeared in Calliope, Penpuri, and the Globe, and anonymously as Mr. X. You joined the salsa, emoja, amigos, Chinese, French, Spanish, and Russian clubs, Safe Ride, SAD, and the Cove, JSA, Key, I Care, and E-clubs. You welcomed challenge, and no undertaking seemed too intimidating. Even Muhammad Ali would call you the greatest. And yes, finally in the fall of 1996, there were those damn Yankees, which meant, of course, and you know. It has been an exciting journey, and I have been fortunate enough to share a portion of it with you. But before we part company, allow me to leave you with some final thoughts. Just as you could have never envisioned what would have transpired in your first 18 years, how can you possibly imagine what's going to happen in your future? Technology is moving so fast that information retrieval is instantaneous. 233 megahertz is like lightning today. It'll be like molasses tomorrow. But regardless of the miracles that may occur in your lifetime, you must never lose sight of the human factor. The origin of every email address message you have ever received is a flesh and blood finger touching a key. And just as you learned from the Tin Man so long ago, nuts, bolts, and steel are no substitute for a beating heart. Technology has greatly enhanced your education and will continue to do so. But the most important factor has always been and will always be the teacher. From the very first one who reached out and took your hand on that first day of school to the last one who will hand you your diploma this evening, the most significant element has always been the teacher who knew about the human factor. I'm going to mention a name that will mean nothing to you, but I want you to hear it. It's the name of a special teacher who made a special effort for me and whose picture hangs on a wall in my home. His name is Joseph Dorsey. He was a person who saw something in me that no one else noticed, and that has made all the difference for me. Somewhere through the maze of subjects, term papers, dance routines, tests, debates, field trips and lab experiments, and athletic contests, I know many of you have developed relationships with teachers who saw something special in you too. The ones who pushed and stretched you, sometimes kicking and screaming, to greater heights and deeper visions. Perhaps you will mention those in some future speeches or some future milestone in your life. That person who may become the hero or the catalyst or the inspiration to someone else could possibly be sitting in the seat next to you tonight. In fact, that person might even be you. Always remember the difference the human factor made for you, and never forget the difference humanity may make for someone else. Remember, as the song in the musical says, you gotta have heart. That's all the anxiety. Now let's get on to the exhilaration. Goodbye, good luck to the members of the class of 1997.
Dr. King, Mr. Coffey, faculty, friends, family, and fellow graduates. As you already know, I'm Heather Gorman. I'm president of the graduating class. And before I present the gift, I'd like to just say something about the class. We are probably one of the most talented classes that have ever followed through here. Think of what we have. We have brilliant minds, hardworking athletes, amazing artists, fantastic musicians, and of course, the hardest partiers you will ever meet. We definitely made a mark on this school, and I don't think any of us will ever forget it, and I don't think any of them can ever forget us. Now for the gift. Originally, we were going to build stairs on the Palmer side of the school. However, we thought it had to be a little more visible because we're an outgoing class. We have to show off. So the gift has been changed to an enormous plaque of a tiger's head to be on the back of the announcing house. So as our opponents enter the field, they will be reminded that this is the home of the Tigers and that we are not a school to be reckoned with. So, to Mamaroneck High School, on behalf of the class of 1997, please accept this gift, and thank you so much for the memories that you've given us.
Good evening. Welcome, members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, parents, and other guests to the graduation of the class of 1997. I'd like to start off by extending my congratulations and giving a big shout out to the graduates. I'm sure I'm not the first person to remind you that this ceremony marks a beginning as well as an end. Our paths in life have brought us to this moment when we are all together before moving off in our own directions. And I think this is probably the only time that our entire class has been together. So I'd like to take this opportunity to share 2 main points with you tonight. The first is to take time for everything. The second is to develop your own individuality. Taking time is the most important thing we could do for ourselves, Because we are so rushed into and out of classes, meetings, and life itself, we have to sit back, relax, and just take some time to experience all of life. I am just learning that. As a freshman, I tried my best to be on time for class. In order to make up for time lost by walking behind the upperclassmen who gradually made their way through the halls, I sometimes found myself almost running through the overpass. As the next couple of years passed, I began to slow down. I began to meet more people, and I often found myself stopping in the halls to talk. This year, I was usually a few minutes late to classes simply because I took my time going to class. I guess I became one of those slow seniors who were such obstacles to me 4 years ago. The extra conversation and energy saved by not running through the halls were well worth the occasional cut slip or comment from a teacher for my lateness. What's the harm in being a few minutes late if you get more out of life? I found that the only way to experience anything in life is to take the time for it. Parents, teachers, and business partners don't give us much time for anything but work. As a reminder of all that we could take time for in life, I would like to read to you a poem by B. Breslow, appropriately entitled, Take Time. Take time to think. It is the source of power. Take time to play. It is the secret of perpetual youth. Take time to read. It is the fountain of wisdom. Take time to pray. It is the greatest power on earth. Take time to love and be loved. It is a God-given privilege. Take time to be friendly. It is the road to happiness. Take time to laugh. It is the music of the soul. Take time to give. It is too short a day to be selfish. Take time to work. It is the price of success. Take time to do charity. It is the key to heaven. In this poem, the author shows us that everything in life has its special purpose, meaning, or result. Each day, we force ourselves to balance our time between thinking, playing, working, reading, praying, loving, laughing, and giving. The differences that define us as individuals stem from the amount of time that we spend in each activity. Each of us works in a different way to achieve different goals, whether it be as a student, an athlete, a business person, or a parent. Therefore, we must choose how to spend our time according to who we are. Individuality is my second point because it is an essential part of every role we play and every relationship we have. Many people say that the natural progression in life is to be born, grow up, attend elementary school, endure high school, eventually get a job, and then start living. If we believe this, then I think we've been wasting our time by not living, but just existing. As we grow up, we understand what it is to be a child, a sibling, a student, a lover, a partner, and possibly a parent, while trying to maintain a sense of ourselves as individuals. To be an individual in these times, we must be independent enough to make our own decisions. However, life can be turbulent and frustrating. We are faced with society's expectations of who we should or should not be. Ultimately, though, all of us have the power to make our own decisions as to what we are going to do and who we will become. These decisions present us with a great deal of freedom and responsibility. We have the freedom to do what we want and say what we want, but we also have the responsibility to back up everything and accept the consequences of our actions. We have the freedom to be our own judge and jury, but the responsibility to defend our beliefs, actions, successes, and failures. We have the freedom to dream our own dreams and the opportunity to realize possibilities. But we must also accept the responsibility of solving our own problems, because no one else will solve them for us. Being an individual is the only way to be truly happy in life. So, if we are happy with ourselves, we are being the person that we want to be. It is only when we are good to ourselves that we can be good to others and appreciate the world. Therefore, the first priority in life should be to reach a level of self-acceptance and contentment. So how do we create our individuality? The first step is to be true to ourselves and our identities. By shedding the masks we use to hide our true selves in order to live up to society's expectations and standards, we can begin to expose and develop ourselves as we truly are and want to be. In doing so, we develop a sense of self-integrity, which often commands respect from others. The second step is to experience everything that we can, while keeping an open mind. Although it is true that life is short, it is also quite broad, providing us with the opportunity to do a vast array of things and develop our personality from a wide range of possibilities. From our experiences, we can discover our strengths and learn to follow our intuition. By following our instincts, we present an image of who we are, not who we are expected to be. Today, we stand on the brink of graduating from high school, which is a culmination of the last 13 years of learning. At the same time, we stand ready to go on to work, travel, or higher learning in universities and everyday life. So don't live yesterday, because we've been there. Don't live tomorrow, because it will come in its due time. Live only today, and relish the celebration of our graduation and commencement. Congratulations, good luck, God bless.
I was told if I got nervous to picture you all naked, so don't think any less of me. Dr. King, Mr. Coffey, faculty, fellow students, and guests, I'm honored to represent the class of 1997 with some of the last words said before they hand us our diplomas and send us on our way to uncertain futures. You know, it's kind of funny. 1 week ago, I was sitting upstairs watching a rerun of the first episode of Beverly Hills 90210. I guess you all know it. The characters were being introduced, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, like this is really what high school's like. As I watched a little more intently, though, I came to a striking conclusion. Oh my God, I thought. This is not Beverly Hills 90210. This is Mamaroneck 10543! What 2 minutes ago was a fictional story turned to reality with a blink of my eyes. Sure, we have different seasons and we don't have valet parking in our parking lots. And no, there is no one as perfect as Brandon Walsh, the star of the show. What did slap me in the face all of a sudden was the students' reactions to the first day of school. The new freshmen were in awe of a school 5 times bigger than their junior high. The seniors ignored the freshmen. And the juniors didn't play a role because, frankly, Brenda and Brandon, the main characters, were sophomores at the school. While everyone had hopes for a new and exciting year and all experienced different emotions, they were all still feeling anxiety about what others would think if they did not wear their jeans rolled up to their shins. Regardless, the one thing that unites our whole class is that we have all moved through the same cycle. No, not the life cycle or the business cycle, the food cycle, or the wash, spin, rinse cycle. This is a cycle we all take for granted. It's the high school cycle. And now that we've completed the cycle, we realize how meaningful it really was. We entered Mamaroneck High School September 1st, 1993 as innocents. Around us, the world was changing. Bill Clinton was inaugurated. Yasser Arafat and Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin signed the historic accord for Palestinian self-rule. The Midwest had record floods. Cheers ended after 11 years. And who could forget, mystery illness hits Navajo Reservation. We wanted to make our own headlines, though. The old seniors were out, and the new freshmen were in to start a fresh cycle. We had a mission: to establish ourselves as individuals at any cost, and not flotsam floating around the school, never making an impact. I was a nomad with a pen to sign up for every single club the older students offered during club day. I found myself scaling the walls in order to dodge the gargantuan seniors who roamed our halls. The lyrics of The Doors, "People are strange when you're unwanted," was never as relevant as during those first few months. And even 2 + 2 seemed like a complicated equation in Cliff Gill's math class. Fortunately, our Caprice advisors were there to put things in perspective. The high school didn't seem as dangerous. The senior parking lot didn't seem like a minefield. And the cafeteria food didn't seem as inedible. And these were the days when schedules didn't seem as complex, probably because day one always meant Monday instead of Thursday. But before we knew it, it was 1994. It had arrived, a new class had graduated, we were sophomores, and the high school cycle continued. The world was still rapidly changing, and some of us were becoming the Steve Sanders and Kelly Taylors of our grade. I, of course, thought I was more of an Andrea Zuckerman, always raising my hand in class with the answer to the teacher's questions, although I never seemed to have the correct answers. We were no longer innocent freshmen. This was the year a major earthquake jolted Los Angeles. Tanya Harding was attempting to have Nancy Kerrigan rubbed out of the Olympics. Orange juice could no longer be called OJ. And the story I think that I could relate to most, Castro threatens flood of immigrants. As sophomores, our cliques were beginning to form. We were dealing with much greater issues than the year before. I remember sophomore year for the amount of Regents tests, PSATs, and essays. We took classes we could not choose. We had teachers we could not escape, and all the while had buns of steel, thanks to gym teachers like Mr. Codispoti. Mrs. Siegelbaum, or Bobby, as she liked to be referred to, seemed to have the answers to any questions about the human anatomy we threw at her. We discovered that books like Macbeth were not about a Big Mac. We also seemed to be more accepted by upperclassmen. Instead of getting wedgied, we were getting wedges at the Harbor High Deli. Yes, we were all going at our own steady pace, trying to achieve the ultimate goal: passing Spanish 3. We were all about to become upperclassmen. Then it was 1995. Another senior class came and went as the high school cycle rolled on. OJ was innocent. Mike Tyson wasn't, but he was released after 1,095 days in prison. Oklahoma City became highlighted on our maps. Michael Fay thought twice before eating candy canes on Christmas. And the story I remember most, Gary Coleman is not a midget. We had finally become upperclassmen. We had claimed our own turf. We had wheels, not big wheels, but automobiles. No longer did we have time to converse with the peons of the underclass because we had places to go and R-rated movies to see. Everyone was taking classes that no longer had titles with numbers in them like Math 3 or Global 9. We had courses like U.S. history and government, and Latin for word power. This year, the alphabet consisted of only 3 letters, S, A, and T. Gym was no longer a requirement, and yes, Don Phillips' classes were now fathomable. We were ready to take the final rotation of our cycle. And all of a sudden, it was 1996. The seniors of 3 years before were right. Senior year had been just a heartbeat away. Many of us decided that a fifth year of high school is not a promising option, as we studied hard to get into the colleges of our choice. World issues were looming once again. William Jefferson Clinton was reelected. 1 million refugees returned to Rwanda. The Whitewater probe continued. And the story I remember most, Scott O'Grady eats worms to stay alive. And Mamaroneck High School rolled on, sweeping up a new freshman class with different styles, trends, and fashions. And today, one high school cycle finishes as another high school cycle is about to begin. We've stepped into the shoes of the class of 1994 as another group of freshmen enters the school wondering if they are wearing the right brand of sneakers. And we have learned in the last 4 years that it's not so important what brand of sneakers you wear, but that there are a lot of people in the world who don't have any shoes at all. And while we don't know if we'll be seeing Beverly Hills 90210 next season, we do know we will be able to see Mamaroneck High 10543 with some of the old cast returning and a bunch of the new stars emerging as well. So here's to the class of 1997. I hope you find happiness and success in your new zip code. Thank you very much.
Members of the board, Dr. King, Mr. Coffey, teachers, parents, and members of the class of 1997. First, a heartfelt congratulations to all of you, and a special thank you to the high school faculty. I'm very proud to be here tonight to present the Boothby Award. This award commemorates Arthur Boothby, who was superintendent of schools in Mamaroneck from 1917 to 1941. This is the only award which is given out at graduation. It is presented each year by the Mamaroneck Teachers Association to the graduating senior who best exemplifies the ideals of public education. The Boothby winner is chosen by a secret ballot of the high school faculty. The winner is one of the best-kept secrets in Mamaroneck High School. Even the teachers do not know the results of their aggregate vote. This award is especially significant because I am told that there are so many outstanding seniors in the class of 1997. Let me tell you about the recipient. Very few students have left as lasting an impact on Mamaroneck High School as our Boothby nominee. He served as a student representative on the technology committee and has the distinction of being the single person who revived the computer club. This student is responsible for setting up both the district and Mamaroneck High School web pages. He created the Alumni Forum, which is an email center for MHS graduates so that they can catch up on each other's lives. He assisted in setting up the computer network and computers throughout the district. He has helped almost every teacher and innumerable students to better understand the computer and its uses. He never says no when asked to help. And when he does assist, it is always with good cheer. What typifies this student's outlook and his personal philosophy was his response when one faculty member recently thanked him for his considerable contribution. And he said, "This school is a community, and in a community, you should always give something back." He, more than any other student at Mamaroneck High School, has been responsible for leading us into the technological era of education. On behalf of the high school faculty, I would like to say congratulations and it gives me great pleasure to present the 1997 Boothby Award to Mark Seltzer.
I greet you tonight not just as superintendent of schools, but as a parent whose youngest child graduated from high school yesterday. And so I want to talk to you, the graduates, the class of 1997, a little bit as a parent, and hope that I capture some of the feelings of your families who are gathered here tonight. When I asked my son Josh what I should say tonight, he gave me 3 admonitions. Be short, don't get too serious, and don't talk about me. And I have learned to listen to my son on all important matters. Tonight will be no exception. For a few minutes, indulge me as a parent who happens to be an educator as I talk to you about independence, responsibility, and community. I think that senior year was designed for you graduates to let us, your parents and teachers, know that you are ready for independence and freedom. From the struggle to complete college applications on your timeline rather than ours, to conversations about senior slump or getting ready with the right kinds of work habits that will take you into the next year, to the always reasonable discussions we have about curfews, you have let us know that you are ready for the independence that we have been raising you to embrace. Sometimes I think that the skirmishes of senior year are simply designed to make us happy that you're leaving. And I don't know that we're happy tonight, but we certainly are proud and even a little sad. Well, not really sad, but nostalgic. It's hard to believe that our little kids are ready to move on as young men and women. Even though we don't always make it easy for you to be as independent as you would like, remember that we have spent our whole lives preparing you for this moment. We send you from this high school and our homes, hoping that you truly understand that with freedom that you have worked so hard to attain comes responsibility. We have tried to teach you that there are consequences for all of your actions and decisions. Next year, teachers won't remind you to study or to complete a late paper. Your parents won't be able to call a guidance counselor or a professor or an employer on your behalf. You will also be called upon to remember the responsibility that comes with friendship. It will take effort to keep in touch with people who care about you and about whom you care when you no longer see them every day. You will have to have the maturity to remember that being a friend sometimes means taking tough actions. It's not easy to help keep a friend from making a bad decision or extending yourself to someone who needs your help, but we are confident that you know that a real friend would do no less. You have shown us that you're ready to meet these challenges. Look at what you have already accomplished. You are receiving a diploma from a demanding high school. Whether you finished a class that you found difficult or sought difficult classes to take, each of you can boast of academic success. You've heard many of these and other accomplishments tonight, but let me continue to elaborate upon a few. You produced Damn Yankees, lots of fun, but also filled with new risks for those of you who thought you couldn't sing or dance or run a tech crew, but did. You created a swing choir when there was none and you saw the need. You excelled on athletic courts and fields. You learned to be part of a team, how to lose as well as win with grace and dignity. You showed that hard work paid off, that defeat followed by more practice could lead to victory, that a paper that was rewritten could lead to a better result, that supporting each other in the classroom, on the stage, and on the field was part of a winning season. You participated in school-to-career internships in settings as varied as elementary schools, healthcare agencies, the entertainment field, boatyards, architects' offices. You have shown that you know the value of friendship because I have seen you be there for each other in times of sadness and loss, as well as triumph. Because of the ways you have been such good friends to each other, we believe that you leave here knowing the strength of this caring community, which will continue to support you even in your absence. In the coming weeks, you will take off for all parts of the country. Once you are away, I believe that you will recognize, even more than you do today, that this school and community will continue to serve as an anchor that will allow you to explore a new and expanded world. Your parents, teachers, and friends will continue to be here, ready to listen to you, help and support you, cheer for you. When I graduated from high school, computers may have been invented, but I had never seen or heard about them. Today, we have web pages that you yourself have created. There were no women in positions like mine, and most of us knew that if we were lucky enough to get a good job, that we would probably be secure for life. You enter a much more complex time, but we believe that you have the knowledge, skills, and most of all, the human compassion that you will need to succeed. Enjoy your freedom, take advantage of all that awaits you, remember the importance of friendships, and especially during these days of celebration, and with your reputation as a class that likes to party, remember to be safe. It's now my pleasure to recognize the outstanding accomplishments, academic accomplishments of our salutatorian and valedictorian, and I'll ask Talon Michael to come up once again for a presentation. And I know it's Tom.
You guys have been great, and you've been sitting there an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm going to do something that's probably very dangerous, and that's try to cut an awful lot of this out as I go. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. King, faculty, parents, and most importantly, the class of 1997. The class of 1997, the class which welcomed Muhammad Ali to this high school, and shortly after he left, learned the meaning of healing, tolerance, and understanding. The class to which this community has given so much, and this faculty has worked so hard to get you ready for this evening. David Abramowitz reminded me in a hall yesterday, what's the one word you're going to use to describe this class? You promised it. And I'm really glad he did that. And I guess the word is, after talking to a lot of faculty, is heart. Each of you had a story, and you were all linked by those stories, but you didn't realize it. You got to have heart. Damn Yankees, heart. For many years, I've had an idea about how I might use my few minutes to speak to graduates, but I was always afraid to take the risk. Tonight, since it's my last opportunity, I plan to take that risk. Since graduation is about words, words, and more words, as you can attest to at this moment, I intend to give a speech with thousands of words. I'm not sure how many thousands. That's up to you. Relax, don't leave. You see, there is valid scientific research which conclusively proves that a hug is worth 1,000 words. When you come up here to receive your diploma, you can help me deliver the longest graduation speech ever. It's your choice. It's time then to bid the class of '97 a final good luck, good health, and goodbye. Mr. Stein, I have the honor to certify on behalf of the faculty of Mamaroneck High School that the students in the class of 1997 have completed the prescribed course of study and are entitled to receive the symbol of their graduation, the diploma of Mamaroneck High School. It is therefore my privilege to present to you the class of 1997.
I promise you this will be short, but I'm going to add something which I should have had in these words at first, and that is to thank Mr. Coffey for the years of service that he has given to this high school and to this district, an outstanding principal and an outstanding gentleman, and thank you very much. As one of my predecessors said, today is one of those days when we up here get to give advice to you down there, and you have to sit there and listen. My advice to you today is pretty simple, and it comes in part from my experience in Mamaroneck, coaching soccer, serving on various committees, and serving 6 years on the school board. And it's connected to the symbolism of the fact that I alone in this ceremony am not wearing a robe. The advice is volunteer. Whatever community you're in, volunteer. There's a community at school, at work, and wherever you live. Volunteer in at least one of them, and maybe all of them. At work, don't be a 9-to-5er. Come in early, stay late. Volunteer to help with the extra little things that make your employer's enterprise keep going. In college, don't just stay in your dorms studying. Don't get me wrong, your main business is learning, but that should be your main focus. But you can do more. Volunteer for the outing club or a service organization. Help run intramural sports programs or class activities. Make a habit of giving some of your time to the community. If you make a habit of it now, it'll be part of who you are, and you'll never regret it. Finally, today is a day to give thanks, and pardon me to those of you who have heard me say this in other speeches. Students, thank your parents today for giving you the support and encouragement you needed to achieve what you have so far. And thank your teachers who pushed and cajoled and needled you to do your best and gave you the tools to learn. Teachers, thank your students for listening to you and growing under your leadership and for making you look so smart. And thank their parents for sending you such great people to teach and for supporting the schools year after year. And parents, thank the teachers for guiding your kids for all these years and challenging them to achieve their best. And parents, take the time to thank your kids, your sons and daughters who are making you so proud today. David Abramowitz. Stacy Abrams. Andrew Acerbo. Edward Ackerman. Don Allen. Rebecca Allen. Adam Altman. Antonio Alvarez. Katie Ammerman. Leah Anderson. Adil Ansari. Gina Aponte Petrovich. Brian Appel. Byron Argetta. Andrew Arias. Ehud Pashari. Nadine Paconi. Joshua Bailey Marks. Richard Bayako. Stefan Pajayo. Henry Perenachea. Elizabeth Barrett. Ann Bauer. Jonathan Bell. Karen Binet. Craig Bennett. Gabrielle Bernstein. David Bianco. William Herzel. Samantha Bishop. Christine Basorti. Eric Blanco. Christopher Blank. Erica Bloom. Victoria Bonanno. Samuel Borden. Gregory Bram. Peter Braverman. Clara Brito. Trevor Brown. Keith Bruno. Matthew Crucci. Jennifer Buchwald. Christopher Byron. Brian Caldwell. Brian Candela. Neil Carroll. Hillary Catteroff. Madeline Cavalieri. Linda Cavan. Eli Cherkowski. Brian Chin. John Schubert. Eun-Hye Chung. Marianne Sirocco. Jeanette Clifford. Leor Cohen. Luis Colon. Catherine Constabile. Sean Corwin. Hillary Kucha. Alona Dadiani. Michelle De Francesco. Robert DeGina Jr. Kristen Delaney. Carlos DeLassa. Ian Del Duca. Colin Demas. Amy DiPietro. Laura DeCio. Peter DeVoe. Michelle DeGaetano. Ava Dorfman. Vanessa Dree. Christopher Drywinga. Zoe Edelstein. Vanessa Ellen. Justin Emmer. Alita Eway. Sandra Farah. Nicholas Ferranda. Shannon Faulkner. Frank Fella. Ross Pomerand. Scott Corzaglia. Nicholas Fox. Rita Friedman. Renee Gangal. Samantha Garland. Xenia Gazart. Carolyn Genovese. Melina Gessick. Lawrence Goldman. Michael Goodman. Laura Gordon. Heather Gorman. Martin Graham. Anna Guerin.
Thomas Guglielmo. Ralph Gerb. Jonathan Halkett. Lisa Haralambi. Eric Harper. Arthur Harris. Gregory Hibbard. Michael Higgins. Sarah Higgins. Joshua D. Hill. And to present Julia Hitchings' diploma to her mother, a member of the Mamaroneck High School faculty. Jesse Holland. Silas Holland. Philip Huffman. Spencer Hutchings. Brian Ennis. Justin Giovannitti. Theron Irish. Peter Jablanowski. Cornelia Jervis. Elizabeth Cantor. Jessica Caskel. Karen Kelly. Rebecca Kent. Kenneth Kinzel. John Kleinman. Peter Kong. Sarah Land. Kendra Langelotti. James Lanza. Danny Lasso. Frank Ledun. Danielle Lepre. Aaron Lisa. Roy Loriot. Maya Lustgarten. Christian Madigan. Eileen Magallanes. Joseph Magnata. Richard Magrino. Jennifer Mate. Carr Manor. Todd Marchese. Stephen Massamy. William Matthews III. Guillaume Maury. Lyle Mason, Joseph Mazzella, Daniel McGuire, Monique McNelly, Beth Meister, Francis Millar, Susanna Molero, Rachel Morris, Rebecca Moron, Alexis Mueller, Jennifer Mulcahy, James Murray, Christopher Nealon, Tanya Nayakia, Eamon O'Brien, Stephen O'Connor, Liam O'Keefe, Thomas O'Keefe, Christopher O'Neill, Shigeru Odani, Kamihiro Onishi, Patricia Ortiz, Amy Oskotsky, Kareem Wazi, Karushka Oviedo, Andrew Panico, Evan Pasqua, Kermit Patterson, Jody Perucci, Sylvia Peloso, Jonathan Pincus, Chrissy Poljak, Evan Pollock, Wayne Pollock, Nicole Pugliese, Jean Puglisi, Kristen Quadrini, Jenna Reck, Walter Reed, Pablo Reyna, Brian Rayalt, Michael Robbins, Amy Rodriguez, Ryan Rodriguez, Luis Rojas, Jose Rosado, Harold Rosenblum, Jennifer Rueda. Robinson Rueda. Cynthia Sanabria. Lisa Sansota. Christopher Schneer. Michael Schneider. James Schroeder. Andrew Schwartz. Tova Schwartz. Daniel Schwartzberg. Jill Sears. Mark Seltzer. Matthew Sumanik. Amanda Shapiro. Jordan Shapiro. Melissa Shearman. Christopher Ciano. David Smith. Eric Sokolov. Vanessa Soto. John Spano. Robert Spear. Susan Scolanti. Justin Stein. Abigail Stewart Teitelbaum. Eugenia Strakowski. Catherine Sundahl. Frederick Sutter. Dione Takeo. Vincent Tamburo. To present his diploma to Spencer Tannenbaum is his father, a member of the Mamaroneck High School faculty. Samuel Telesford. Megan Thompson. Lauren Tortorella. Giovanna Trapicchio. Allison Urquhart. Kira Van Valen. Kristen Van Valen. Dagmar Velez. David Vespi. Colleen Victory. Jennifer Von Eyck. Jonas Wadley. Joanna Walker. Zachary Warno. James Watson. Aaron Webler. Erica Weisberg. Wendy Weiss. Catherine Wood. Masato Yamauchi. Robert Yee. Catherine Zambito. Jennifer Zanko. Kimberly Zariga. Gregory Zimmerman.
High upon a hill commanding valley, sea, and sky, proudly stands our alma mater, stands Mamaroneck high. Mamaroneck, to thee forever we will loyal be, faithful to our alma mater. Hail, our hail to thee. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Go now, now, now.